Hey everybody, it's Cam. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about AMC and Gamestop on April 1st, April Fool's Day. So AMC had a rumor, news came out. Didn't seem like it was a joke, but they're looking at potentially doing a stock offering, and market didn't react well to it. So closed at 936 today here at the top, down 8.33%. And you see here just 5-minute chart going back from last Thursday, made that significant move up with Gamestop. Got down up to 11.9, excuse me, and then sold off Friday. And then basically we've been trading in a pretty tight range every single day until this day this week, right? So volume picked up and sold off basically all day. Got one retest up to $10. $10 was acting as support. You know, previous day from Tuesday, bounced off at Wednesday, broke it first thing this morning, pretty easily this morning too, which was kind of surprising. Bounced around 9.6. And then we push back up to 10, you know, area that used to act as support now acts as resistance, and we sell off most of the entire rest of the day, just following the moving averages down. So what was the news that AMC came out with? So first thing came out early, you know, probably 8:30, 2 hours after the bell, that AMC was weighing bond buybacks, landlord deals for possible stock sale, and then this correction came out at 9:45. I think the real news came out pretty close to the open. But it said that AMC was going to issue, you know, $50 or $500 million worth of shares. So, you know, at current share price, that's, you know, the equivalent of essentially 50 to 55 million shares. Which, if you look at AMC's float, which we'll go look at that right here on Yahoo Finance. So down here at the bottom, right? So float 400 shares outstanding, 450. So 403 is basically what is available to the public. 450 is what their total number is. So, you know, 50 to 55 million shares, you know, that's basically, you know, 12%, roughly 12% of the shares that they'd be offering would, compared to the float that's available right now. So, and then I thought it's kind of interesting just looking at the top here. So market cap on the end of the year of 2020, 475 million, trying to raise that much money, so the entire worth of the company. But then that news quickly changed off that correction that I said was listed at 945. That, let me get back here so it highlights it, that they might issue 500 million shares. So they basically would be doubling the float. You know, basically 125% of the shares that are currently available that they would be issuing. So that would definitely destroy the stock price, right? Because stock price basically is market cap divided by the number of shares available. So you basically be getting a halving of the current price, and investors, holders, you know, diamond hands, paper hands, whatever have you, selling occurred today. Pretty strong selling occurred, and I think rightfully so. Like that's a pretty scary news story just to speculate, right? Just like the possibility that they're thinking that, you know, would cause a ton of people to lose money unless they had that cost basis and were, long-term investors from, you know, basically October, November, December, still time frame, and then even there, your profits are going to get cut in half from what they're at currently to today. So we just look here at the daily chart now. You see, I mentioned in the pre-market video, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this sells off down to about $9, because that is where there's a lot of volume located at here on the volume histogram. And, you know, pretty strong selling occurred. I still think the 78.6 level, and just from, you know, these previous two daily candles here on the 23rd and 24th, you know, it's closed it right at it. Next day buyers came in, and that area could act as, you know, buying support moving forward. And then another piece of the puzzle, you know, potential case for buyers coming in at the area is also this 50 EMA on the daily, basically coming up to touch that 78.6 level moving forward. And then just so you see here on the if I get to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better, but you hear on the candle, so definitely an increase on volume, right? So 29 million shares traded Tuesday, Wednesday. Today 76 million traded, so basically a tripling of, you know, yesterday's volume. A lot of sellers came in on that news, so we could see, you know, pretty significant sell-off tomorrow in terms of AMC going into Friday, because people may be scared of holding over the weekend if they do potentially put out that news over the weekend, or, you know, first thing Monday morning. And so with that, we'll go back to Yahoo Finance real quick and just look at the options. Let's get the straddle there. There we go. When it loaded. So you can see here, second column I believe is volume on each. So calls to puts here, basically at 9. So a lot of call volume, 950, 10, 1050, and sorry, jumping around. And pretty similar here for the put volume, right? So not a lot of people are thinking it's going to go down to 850, right? Pretty big shelf here at $9, especially for the puts. So downside looking for tomorrow is looking like it's $9 going to be that target, or a battle potentially if the price does drop to that level. So could be an interesting day for AMC tomorrow. I expect a little bit more selling, but you know, that's just my opinion, and the market doesn't care about my opinion ever. So with that, we'll jump over to GameStop. So GameStop had a little bit better day than AMC, closed up 0.86%, so 191. So again, daily candle's going to be red, just because this takes it from the open price to the close price for the day. It doesn't account for yesterday's close. But you see here, I'm just going to get rid of the white because I think that's just too tight for the daily chart. But you see here, basically we did sell off down back to that 186 level I've talked about multiple times, and buyers came in, supported that level. Also, another sentiment for buyers at that level is the 9 EMA here, a little higher. I think it's at like 187. All right, so 187.11, but in that area, buyers are going to consolidate, aggregate, and push this thing up. So volume, slightly more than yesterday, about a 10% increase, 8.3 to 9.2. And you see we do have that volume shelf here at 186, and EMAs, slightly trending up, and price still is pretty tight today. So the range today, was just $13. The range yesterday was $12, so we're still staying really tight. And that is one thing you like to see if you're a believer of like Mike Minervini's volume contraction period. We're in an area where range is tightening, volume is tightening. We really haven't seen consistent days with this low volume, since we were really down here, right? So when we were really consolidated in the middle of February, and then we got that breakout on high volume. So looking to see if that will occur with GameStop here going forward. If we go to the 5-minute chart to see daily action again, right? So here I think it's an even better picture of just the consolidation that's occurred. And if we do put the white marks back on from this move, right? So they're blue right now. Let me change that real quick. Right, so you see we basically sit between the 38.2 and the 78.6 level for the past 2 days. So this is going to be the consolidation area, right? So if we're going to make a move, it's going to be one way or the other. You see here just on the 5-minute, 2 candles, whereas all that broke through the 186 level. Extremely long wicks, so sellers knocked it down pretty hard, and then buyers came back with equal strength, pushes back up. And so we'll look to see if the range is going to break down low, or we're going to break out high going into Friday. So if we, it's going to take me a second because I didn't have this on their page loaded for GameStop on Yahoo Finance, but we'll take a look at its options as well. Just off the top of my head, my assumption is $200 area is going to be pretty important. 200 down to 180. I believe at the beginning of the week it was 220 to 180 was the areas of interest on options. All right, so once it just clicks over and loads, we'll hit up Yahoo Finance quick. And there's always a ton on here. Right, so we do, right, so $200 area, have that area of interest for calls, and then on the puts, 185, 180. So even according to the option spread here, they're seeing that resistance at 186 pretty strongly. So really it's pretty tight. 185 to 200 is the big range for the options on GameStop for tomorrow. So that's really what I got for you guys on this video for AMC and GameStop. Let me know your thoughts on AMC's potential offering, how you think that affects the stock. I think it's pretty negative in terms of a lot of things, especially with movie theaters opening up. If they need that much money, they could have been not very truthful with their operation or their plan, which is not a good thing. But definitely changes the dynamic going forward for the Wall Street bets type play. Some people might get scared of AMC, saying, "Oh, GameStop might do an offering," yada yada yada. You know, a lot of speculation, but you can only trade the charts. So whatever news happens, the charts can tell you what's going to go on and potential plays to take. That's my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see. So hope you guys got something out of this video. As always, you got something for me, leave down in the comments. I'll get back to you. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video, and we'll see you in the next one.